Fisheries scientist Bruce Hartill is tasked by NIWA with calculating recreational catch estimates to aid the management of our fisheries. Some of Bruce's work has been identified internationally for its accuracy and robust methodology, giving us confidence that the figures are accurate.
There's different ways of estimating recreational catch, and it's a piece of work that we've been working on, I suppose, for 25 years now, learning from previous experience. And we've arrived at some methods that we're quite happy with, and the reason why we're happy with them is that we've been doing some robust parallel testing to see if we get the same numbers from fundamentally different methods. And the two main methods are the one that NIWA does that I've been working on is based on a combination of aerial surveys and boat ramp interviews. And the interviews tell you what's happening by trip, and the aerial surveys are kind of giving you a way of scaling that to know what's happening across the fleet on the day. And so you do a whole lot of days, you find out the average daily harvest, and then you can scale that up for a year. The other method, large-scale method, which is fundamentally different, is what we call an off-site survey, where you're not actually observing what's going on, you're asking fishers, but it's a very robust survey done by the National Research Bureau, and it's based on, the backbone of it is the national census data collected by Stats New Zealand, and they have a way of, they went to 30,000 households throughout New Zealand, selected in a random stratified manner, and they asked people about their fishing activity. From that they recruited 7,000 panellists, and they contacted them on a very frequent basis to get rid of problems with memory, related biases, and so they know basically what the average fisher is taking, and so they can use that to get the harvest across a population. So I'm looking at across a fleet what's happening day by day. They're looking at a person by person basis, and the numbers came out very close, and so we have a lot of confidence in that. So the limitation with the method that I use is that you can only do an area say as large as between North Cape and East Cape, and we really want to know across the whole of New Zealand what's going on. So the reason why the method I've been using has been developed is because we were unhappy with some earlier off-site, remote interview type based approaches. But now that we've developed now that NRB have developed this national approach, the idea is that they're just using my method to validate that the other approach is correct. And the long term, they'll be using the National Panel Survey to do national surveys every 5 to 6 years. Yes, I think it's very robust, and objectively I'm going to miss out on work because that's the approach that they're going to take. But the work that we've done has essentially validated what they've done, and by the same token what they've done has been validated what we've been doing, and so I'm comfortable with the fact that in the future the main method that they'll use will be the National Panel Survey done by the National Research Bureau. Okay, so those surveys I've talked about, they're very expensive. They can only afford to do them every 5 to 6 years. But what's happening in between, because recreational fisheries are very dynamic, they change a lot from year to year. And so what we've been doing is we've got web cameras overlooking boat ramps. We use that to look at changes in traffic from year to year. And we've also got some interviews going on at the same time to find out the proportion of those boats which have been used for fishing and the average catch per boat. And so we can combine those to look at how harvest has been changing over time in a relative sense.